Hi, Scorpio. Welcome to May. Welcome to May. I don't even know what month it is. Okay. Is it just me or are people acting like nuts right now? Super nuts. And I think it's causing a little bit of a disturbance in your life. This could be someone else though. I don't know. I feel like Scorpio, I'm looking at your placements and I'm looking at what's going on. And for whatever reason, that Mars in the 8th house is weirdly keeping you right where you need to be, right? Mars is at home in the 8th house. It likes to be in that place. So I feel like you're the one that's really playing it cool and just kind of, making a couple laps around the perimeter before you really sink into something. And Scorpio being zip lip, keeping your mouth shut. If you're feeling a tendency to speak or to let loose on someone, probably not in your best interest to do that. I think silence is golden here. Okay, silence is golden. I just heard something weird outside. Silence is golden. So here we have Queen of Swords reversed. And I think because you just don't have all the information, or someone is still kind of acting a little bit strange, or maybe this is the energy of the other person, right? They're really indecisive, in and out, hot, cold, I don't even know. So seriously, silence is golden. Just let people, and I've been saying this the past few months to certain signs, you just have to let people tell on themselves. They're showing you everything you need to know. They're showing you all their cards, and you just have to this is a poker game right now. And whoever can remain the most stoic is gonna win the pot. Okay, Six of Swords reversed. Did another one flip out? No, I don't think so. Six of Swords reversed. There's not a lot of motion here because I genuinely think that there's things that are needing to be revealed still. And people will, especially when Mercury connects with Uranus in the 7th house, especially when Venus connects with Uranus in the 7th house, and when Mars enters into the 9th house. It's all about illumination at that point. So you may be still kind of fumbling around in the dark. It's important for you to know that, because if you make rash decisions based on emotion, right, irrational emotion, or baseless emotion, you could be fumbling into some kind of rocky territory that is completely avoidable and unnecessary. So Six of Swords reverse, you may still be in the choppy waters, but you're navigating your way through. Keep that Mars 8th house stability, right, deep within yourself. Maintain that sense of self, right? Always bring it back to you. If something makes you mad, bring it back to yourself. Before you think, before you speak, before you do anything, really ask yourself where this is truly coming from. If it's simply a trigger, then that's fine. Just get triggered. Who cares? You don't have to act upon it. It's the recognition of that trigger that is essentially what's going to set you free anyway. So acting upon it is pointless, and it just causes more problems anyway. Silence is golden. Four of Swords. Look at all the sword cards coming out. It's all cerebral. It's all up here. Your mental activity right now is, I don't even know, I don't even think that you're being victimized by it, right? It's just you're in that place of knowing what you're thinking. And that is in and of itself a place of power. Just knowing what you're thinking, knowing what's going on upstairs. And this is my favorite sword card, because it indicates peace and meditation and mental stability, mental agility, and perspective. That's a theme this whole month, and I've been saying that in almost every reading. It's perspective on your perspective, really having the eagle eye view of where you're coming from and why you're coming from that place. And whatever triggers are going on and whatever weird people are doing out there, it's just Scorpio is in the eagle's nest, right? The eagle's nest, keeping its eye out. That's all it's doing. It's not hunting right now. Scorpio is not in the air. It's not about to pounce. It's not about to go grab its prey. It is literally in the eagle's nest. And I that's what this is, the eagle's nest. So that's the best place for you to be right now, honestly. And I know you guys know that the eagle is another symbol of Scorpio, right? Hopefully you guys know that. The eagle, the phoenix, the scorpion. Scorpio has had a lot of symbology over the years. I like the eagle though. Eagle, I think, better portrays. That's why you guys are connected with the eyes, right? The eyes of the eagle. So, which is why I got the dark makeup going on. So, you don't have all the information, guys. This is what the irrationality of other people right now is legitimately your saving grace. It is what is showing everything, and it just let it reveal itself. Seriously, just let it come out. Be calm. Like, you have to just accept that right now you are operating in the dark and you don't see everything. You don't see what's over that hillside. You can be up in the tree looking down, but you can't see what's past the hillside over there or past the horizon over there. You don't know what's coming. So just let it come to you, because likely what's coming to you is really amazing. You know, it could be a reconciliation. It could be that contract you're trying to get. It could be that romantic partnership that you're trying to get. This is a one day at a time kind of deal. One day at a time, take everything at face value, recognize what's triggering you, and don't act on it. This is a time to maintain grace. With Libra in your 12th house, the element of grace is so beautiful for Scorpio. The graceful movements throughout life. And you need to practice grace. Unevolved or lower expressions of Scorpio, those are the ones that are spouting venom everywhere they go. But higher evolved Scorpions, they know that spouting venom is not worth it unless it's absolutely necessary. And right now it's not necessary. You know, it's really, really not. People are freaking out. It's the Pluto stuff. You guys know that, right? Venus squaring with Pluto and Saturn and the nodes. And people are kind of caught in between. And they just don't quite really know how to handle it because the depths are so deep with Pluto. But you guys handle it because that's your vibe. That's your whole thing. Plus you've got Mars in there. So like, you've been there already for like 2 months. You've already got the stuff, but people are just now entering it and they're like freaking out. So here you have the Ace of Coins reversed. Ace of Swords reversed. It's coming, guys. I always say that aces are indications of delay. And see, the coins represent the physical manifestation of the other three combined. In my humble opinion, that's not what other people would say, but that's just kind of how it is, right? The earth represents the physical manifestation of mind, heart, and spirit. Swords, cups, and wands. When those three are in alignment, it can then manifest properly in coin or tangible form. So when the coins are reversed and the swords are reversed, it means that there's a mental thing that's going on that's not quite right. That alignment isn't quite set. So the physical manifestation of that isn't coming through. This is why the waiting period is so important. This is why being in the eagle's nest is so important. This is why not saying anything is really important. And when I say not saying anything, I don't mean repression. You know, I don't mean like keeping feelings in or shoving stuff down. That's not what I mean. I mean, it's kind of like a leader who walks in, like the most effective leaders who walk into a conference room, they sit and they ask for every person's opinion first before they vocalize their own. Because one, someone else might have a better idea than them. Or two, it just makes everyone feel heard. It makes everyone else feel relevant. Makes everyone else feel like they're contributing in some kind of way, and it makes people feel like they're a part of a team. And there's an element of respect there as well. But it's strategic, it's strategy. Listening to people is a strategy, you know? And there's high level of strategy involved going on with you guys right now with 6th house kind of stuff, you know? 3rd house kind of stuff. Things are coming to fruition slowly, but I think there's a puzzle piece missing and you don't quite realize what that puzzle piece is yet. You don't quite realize that keystone that needs to get plugged in to kind of finish the whole picture. So now is the time to just do your thing. Now is the time to put your head down, do the work that you know you need to do, like do the things that you know you have control over. Go to work, make the money, put effort into things that you know are already working. Give attention to people that you know are safe, that you know are, well-grounded. Sorry, the fan. Put the energy into the good things in life. I love an 8 of coins no matter what, because it's an indication of simplicity. It's an indication of the mundane. And there is so much pleasure to be found in the mundane. There is so much pleasure to be found in the moment, right? Like, for example, I use this example all the time. It's personal. Like, as a Virgo, right? I love cleaning my house. It's like a meditation for me. So there might be something in your life that's similar, going through the books at your business, or sitting down with your accountant and going through the numbers. Maybe it's something with interior design, redecorating something. Maybe for others of you, it's like cleaning your car or getting your car detailed, or like those kinds of like regular life things. Going to the grocery store, the post office, updating your blog, like whatever it is, those kinds of things, there are blessings and there are like new things to be revealed doing those kinds of things. When you get lost in those kinds of actions, new things arise. You discover things about yourself, and it keeps you busy and it keeps you uninvolved in other people's kind of nonsense. Because I genuinely think that it's nonsense. And there's a quality maybe of delusion, perhaps. I'm not trying to like project that out there. So if there is not delusional people in your life, that's fine. It's just a disagreement or a misunderstanding, or they themselves don't know what's going on within themselves. So it's just a matter of not knowing. But the Mercury and Venus connecting with Uranus, I think a lot of clarity is going to come out. But people don't handle that kind of energy super well. So I just happen to see the devil at the bottom of the deck. You guys know I don't normally do that unless I happen to see it. So I think that there's an attachment quality to something, whether they are attached to you or maybe you in turn are dealing with some kind of attachment. And that's why the triggers are coming out. That's what triggers do, by the way. What a trigger is the attachment that you have coming into your acknowledgement. People that don't like realize that they're getting triggered, they don't realize they have an attachment. It's all the whole psychology therapy kind of thing. But if you are feeling those little fires go off, that is an indication to seriously, silence is golden. And just work on that in yourself and ask, like, why is this triggering me so much? And to really dig down deep and to find the answer. That's one thing I love about astrology. It's actually, yes, it's a map of our personality and all that, but really what it is the stars move around and trigger us in all different areas, be it financial, family, whatever, trigger us in all these different kinds of ways. It's just like, what are you attached to? What do you have expectations in? What are you expecting out of life? What are you expecting other people to give you? And the more you can shed those attachments, the more free you become. And then eventually you get to a point where transits can happen and like hardly anything happens to you and you have no drama in your life and you just have peace and you're stable and calm and relaxed and everyone else is freaking out and you're like, oh wow, like I can't believe that I got here. That's what happens when someone doesn't have attachments. Life still happens, bad things, good things, everything still happens, but you just don't get affected by it. It's the stoic nature, it's stoicism. So here you have 4 of Wands. You are so grounded and you have so many people around you that love you and care about you and celebrate you that whatever, I don't know, is this you, Scorpio? I feel like it's kind of you and it's also kind of someone else. Like it's just an energy rather than an actual person. It's just an energy of misunderstandings, an energy of non-communication. It's an energy of everyone kind of operating from only a half-truth. So if you recognize you're operating from a half-truth, it automatically puts you in a position of stability, which is here. While other people can be flailing and grasping, you can be like well-seated and well grounded. So 4 of Swords, 4 of Wands. So at least the mind and the kind of the spirit are in the same place. And I think your heart is kind of making its way there too. Emotionally, maybe you don't quite know what to feel about something. You can't really make up your mind about whether to be happy about something or to be sad about something or to be worried, so you're just kind of waiting for more information. 4 of Wands, you have people around you that really support you. So if you're going through a genuinely difficult time in your life, it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to ask for guidance, for advice. It's okay to even just not ask for any of that stuff and just be around the people that you really love. Be around your friends. Go to a party. It's wedding season. Go to the weddings that you got invited to, Go to the graduation parties, all that kind of stuff. Be out there. So we just got the remaining 2. So we got the 3 of Coins and the Star card. So it's no wonder we get no cups, because the emotions have no place here. Honestly, the emotions have no place. The emotions seem to kind of have a life of their own. And I think you see that. And you're just attached and self-aware enough to know, like, okay, I may be feeling emotions, but I don't have to be victimized by those emotions the way I have been victimized by those emotions in the past. So you're growing, you're evolving. Great. That's what we love for Scorpio. That's what the Mars in the 8th house was all about. Transformation and active transformation. Mars puts attention there. So you are actively doing the work for sure. And you're about ready, right? Mars now is at 21 degrees of Gemini. It's about to move into Cancer in the next couple weeks. So as it moves into Cancer, into that 9th house, you are going to have those light bulb moments of like, boom, wow, I'm really glad that happened. I really understand what that was all about. I understand this conversation. I understand this person's role. And it all comes full circle. I love 9th house activity, honestly, because it just makes us feel so validated that the work that we've been doing was not for nothing. And somewhat like the pain, if you experience pain, or the solitude, if you went through a period of isolation, right? That all was for something, for ourselves. So the 3 of Coins, the 8 of Coins, like I said, there's a mundane quality that comes through with both of these. Doing the things, talking to people. There's a social component coming out, both professionally and just with friends and family. So it's both. Take care of your social life. Take care of the people that you just have fun with, and take care of your colleagues and your managers and your bosses. Like, take care of them. Be there for them, because in a way, by being there for them, you're also being there for yourself. Bring your fullest. Bring that creative power that you have. Some of the most professionally, Scorpios are like super top of the top. I know Capricorns get like so much clout for that, and like reasonably so, 10th house stuff, but Scorpios are powerhouses, right? Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, like you guys are like, can be really amazing in the professional world when you set your mind to something and when you know what you want. So maybe that's what this 3 of Coins is all about. Like, you now are at a place of knowing what you want, and now it's time for you to really go get it. And you do the dirty work, you get in the trenches, because you're not afraid of that, and you get it done. And the star comes out and it says, Scorpio, you're aligning. You're aligning, you're getting there. And you are both making strides in the world with worldly things, and also in the spiritual world with the spiritual things, which means that you are understanding what that middle way is all about. You're understanding what the balance really means. And when other people are unbalanced, it puts into perspective where you're at. And I think that it's common knowledge that we can only really define ourselves in relation to other things. We only exist as an individual in relation to other individuals. we exist only as a community, only in relation to other kinds of communities, right? We are all defined by everything else. But there's a deeper level to that when you do that inner work and you connect genuinely with the oneness of all, the interconnectedness of everything. So you are balancing the concept of individuality with the concept of oneness, with individuality, with nothingness, right? You're balancing that, whether you realize it or not, because of the imbalance of other people and because of maybe, like I said, maybe there's delusion or just kind of some kind of lack of knowing or whatever on the part of someone else. You're like, oh, wow. Like, I didn't realize that I really got it until I saw how much someone else doesn't get it. And it's not a judgmental thing towards them. It's a gauge. It's a measure. This is like a measuring tool for yourself. Measuring how far you've come. And I do think that Scorpio will feel validated in themselves. The outside world isn't going to do the validation. You're going to validate yourself. And I think it's a feeling of relief. Honestly, a feeling of relief. So let's put the cards down, or the camera down. Pull the comprehensive cards. Okay, let me turn this over. Okay, get this deck out here. Actually, I kind of think that one. Okay. Number 20, the eon, the age, right? 4 of Cups. So luxury. 4 of Cups, 4 of Swords, 4 of Wands. So head, heart, spirit alignment. It's just a matter of it manifesting in the world. Card number 20 is like the Judgment card in traditional tarot. And it is weirdly the antithesis of the Ace of Swords reversed. They contradict one another. This comes out after, which suggests you're going to go through a period of confusion, go through a period of weirdness, of not knowing, of being in the dark a little bit, which is why the eagle's nest is really important, just to remain humble and say, I don't know what I don't know, and to accept the unknown, to accept that your perspective is not enough. That's what see, when you tap into that humility, which this is great for humility, like getting the regular stuff done, great for humility, like go to the DMV, you'll feel humbled real quick, right? I say that because I had to go to the DMV. But like to know what you don't know, or to know that there are many things you don't know, leaves space for illumination. And that's what this is all about. And when you find illumination, and you couple that with humility, what it really gives you is compassion. One, a great deal of compassion for other people, understanding, right? That's really what this is so great for. And you feel a major shift. You feel a major turnover in your life. This has a lot to do with Uranus, by the way, the Uranus moon, which we're making our way into here, like right now. We have Mercury Uranus and we have Venus Uranus all within the next few weeks. So Uranus is at play, and there's going to be like one thing after the next, after the next, after the next. It probably started when the sun connected with Uranus at the beginning of Taurus season, when like all of a sudden you had so much knowingness, but yet it's like so much knowingness again that you don't know everything. So the emotional maturity, as we see here with the 4 of Cups, is extraordinarily important because it doesn't project judgment. Right? That's kind of the essence of emotional maturity, is you don't project judgment. and you remain contained and not in a repressed way. Please don't get those confused. Actually, I think this one. The solar eclipse revolution. Well, okay, this is my astrology deck, by the way. I don't think I used it with your last reading because I was in Barbados and didn't bring it with me. But this is the Blue Moon astrology deck in case you're interested. So the solar eclipse revolution. I mean, solar eclipses are really intense transits that we go through, right? January. Actually, I'm wondering if there was something with January that happened, some kind of switch flipped within you or within some kind of relationship that you have. And the switch flipped and your sort of path became more clear and whatever. And now you're at this place of really grasping the concept of revolution too. I think the Mars in the 8th house really helps with that too. I honestly, like seriously, having Uranus across from you guys and also being a planet of change. I mean, the Uranus Plutonic quality in the Aquarius Scorpio, so interconnected, so interweaved with one another. A revolution is not a problem for you guys. This opposition with Scorpio is not a problem. You can internalize this energy in a really powerful way. It's going to take you far. Okay, so let's start clarifying. Let's start with the Queen of Swords. These will be the cards that I cover in the comprehensive. So I'm just going to be pulling them out here so you can see what they are. But if you want to join me on the website, the link will be in the description box. Okay. Oh, Queen of Cups. See, so stable and humble. That's why she's like looking down. Looking down. You don't know what you don't know. Letting go of fantasy. Letting go of the past. Another Four of Wands. The Knight of Cups showing up a lot, especially it was in the Libra reading too. So that is applicable to you because it's 12th house activity, right? The Virgo energy. See with the Six of Swords reversed. Hierophant. 8 of Wands. King of Coins. Interesting. I feel like you are in some kind of a slingshot. But the buildup of potential energy is getting stronger because that slingshot is getting pulled back further and further and further. But the sling hasn't actually happened yet. That's what the 8 of Wands represents, is the actual when the slingshot gets released and you get propelled forward. Beautiful. The masculine and feminine here, the Magician and the High Priestess coming out together with the Four of Swords. That's why the Eagle's Nest is so important, because you have an opportunity to regroup. Queen of Cups, 5 of Coins, Two of Wands. Let's look at the Ace of Coins. Oh, okay. 6 of Swords upright this time, and then the Hermit. Let's pull one more for that Ace of Coins. King of Wands. The 8 of Coins is kind of your saving grace. It's what's going to keep you really from making mistakes or saying things that you'll regret later on. Yeah, and people aren't going to get it. They're not going to understand your silence, by the way. They're not going to understand it. They're not going to understand why you're not talking, why you're not acting, why you're not moving. Like, why isn't Scorpio engaging in any way? It's going to really frustrate people. And yet, I think it's the best strategy for you, honestly. It's not to get what you want. It's not to get what you want. It's to allow space for the situation to evolve. It's too explosive right now. People are too invested in their egos. Too much arrogance floating around. Another 3 of coins. Beautiful. Love it. This card and this card together. Scorpio, you are in for some major shifts. Don't get arrogant. Don't do that to yourself. It's just going to make it harder. Wheel of Fortune turned reversed. 4 of Swords again. Please, please, please recognize that your patience and your non-attachment to outcomes is what, see, in here we have this, like, you don't know what you don't know. Your non-attachment is the stuff, it is the thing that is going to make everything just slide by without a lot of unnecessary drama. Okay? Okay. So lots to talk about still. If you want to join me on the website, you're more than welcome. Okay. It's going to be in the description box down below. If not, then I wish you absolutely nothing but the best. Thank you so, so much, you guys. And I'll see you next month. Take care.